Hey, how's it going, guys? So I got my favorite movies of the year out of the way. Now it's time to dip into the ones that kind of sucked. Not even just kind of. These movies were balls. I know there's someone here that some of you won't agree with. That's fine. Whatever. This isn't even a top 10 because there isn't even 10 movies on this list. I didn't see that many movies that I was like, bro, nah, this sucks. There's like I rewarded myself this year or last year and just didn't watch movies that I knew were gonna be ass. The movies that ended up on this list were either ones that I really was hyped for or ones that I ended up watching for like the sake of reviews that it just were shit. So this is in no particular order. I just didn't like any of these. So first up, we got Moonfall. I watched this when I was drunk and it still annoyed me. Like, I love disaster movies, man. I love them. I knew Moonfall was going to be dumb going into it. It's a Roland Emmerich movie. He doesn't, like, the dude, he doesn't specialize in, like, character plot or, like, you know, good movies. But Moonfall, man, I don't know, that shit was dumb. That was dumb. Especially when we got near the end and, like, the revelation that there's like humans on the moon already. And the moon is like a spaceship with like, I don't even, to be fair, I was kind of drunk when I watched it, but that didn't save it. I still really didn't like it. Moonfall was just, it was dumb. It felt like 2012, but like not as good. And it's not even like 2012 is really a great movie, but like shit, man, it's better than Moonfall. And then next up, we got The Bubble. Does anybody even remember this movie? It was basically just like a bunch of like well-known actors. Like there was great actors in this cast. It was basically just about them like going to like during the COVID pandemic. Like the COVID pandemic was the plot device for this movie. It's just a bunch of actors going to like some mansion so they could film some series of movies. It was so boring, man. It wasn't even funny. I watched this with like an ex when it came out. And she fell asleep in like the first like 20 minutes. And then I was just stuck there by myself watching The Bubble. Like, just like how do you, like the cast is so good. Like how do you get Pedro Pascal and put him in a movie this shitty, dude? The Bubble was just, oh, it was balls. Next up, we got The Requin. I've already reviewed this. So if you want my full take on it, check out my review of The Requin. It's on the channel. Suffice it to say, it's a shit shark movie with like Alicia Silverstone just making dumb sounds for an hour and a half. It's terrible, man. It's just ass. It's ass. I'm gonna keep this short. It's ass. Check out my full video if you want to see my take on it. It sucks. Next up, we got one that I was kind of anticipating. I was anticipating it because I kind of like the Drew Barrymore one, and I liked the book when I was growing up. But like Firestarter. I don't know what happened with that one, man. I like Zac Efron. Like, he's not a bad actor. The dude, like, if he's kind of made it out of the Disney Channel version of himself. Like, I don't really see him as that anymore. But man, Firestarter was just boring, dude. It was boring. That was its biggest flaw. Like, you have a girl who can control fire, and somehow you make that boring. How? It sucks. It wasn't good, man. And then you got Sharkbait. Again, these are movies nobody's talking about, but that's just because nobody had the balls to see them like I did. And I reviewed them. I reviewed Sharkbait. If you want my full thoughts, there's also a video on that one. I've already talked about it in great detail. It's shit, just like Requin was. It's a shark movie. Maybe it's low-hanging fruit, but like I said, I really didn't see that many terrible movies last year because I was just trying to save myself the anguish because I already watch bad movies all the time as it is. You know, like 90% of my fucking channel is bad movies. I didn't want to watch anymore. I just want to watch good stuff. So Sharkbait was just a surprise piece of crap that got thrown in my face, and it kind of got in my mouth a little bit. It, like, you know, it tasted kind of funny. That was Sharkbait. And next up, with the last two, I don't even need my phone for. So we're gonna start with one that I kind of really didn't have any expectations for at all, and that's Jurassic World Dominion. Oh man, if Scream is an example of how you do the legacy sequel right, like bringing back the original cast, combining them with the new cast, making a solid, fun movie. Jurassic World Dominion is the complete fucking opposite way that you do that. I don't know how they screwed that up so bad. Jurassic World was such a great concept, you know? Like, all you had to do was take the Lost World, where the T-Rex gets loose in San Diego, and just do that. That would have been great. But instead, they have, like, the one plot with, like, Chris Pratt trying to find the fucking kid that he whatever you call it, or not orphaned, adopted, the genetic clone kid, going to, like, traveling around trying to find that kid. And then you have, like, the other plot with, like, Sam Neill and all them, and that feels like a different movie. It feels like they filmed, like, the Chris Pratt movie first, but then they saw that, like, Scream did really good, and, like, the legacy sequels were a big thing now, so they're like, oh, shit, man, we gotta figure out how to get these original cast members back. So they got the original cast members back, but then they had to write in another script to make sense for them to be there, so they wrote in that stupid locust plot shit, just so that they had a reason to combine the two near the end of the movie in a finale that was somehow less exciting than the finale of Jurassic World. Like, when the T-Rex fights the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World, that shit was dope, dude. And then the end of Jurassic World Dominion, what the hell was that? What was that? How do you have... And this is supposed to be the end of, like, the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchises. Like, you're ending two series together, and you have a finale that's like a fart in your face. It's just the worst, man. It sucked. How do you end two franchises like that? How do you do that? How do you fucking... Ugh. And then the last movie of the year that I hated the most, and I think this one is probably my least favorite movie of the year, because I wanted it to be good and I was expecting it to be good. And that is Halloween Ends. What the fuck was that? How do you advertise it like it's gonna be the final battle between Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers, and then you have an hour and a half of the movie be about some kid that that isn't even in the other movies. It's about him. It's just about some new guy, like, killing people for a decrepit old Michael Myers who's, like, living in the sewer. Like, dude, you know what they should have done? They should have taken Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills, and they should have taken the last, like, 10 minutes of Halloween Ends and stuck that onto the end of Halloween Kills. And they should have just done that, man. That's it. You know, because Halloween Kills was dumb, but at least Halloween Kills had Michael Myers in it, dude. This third one, I don't give a shit about Corey, man. And, like, even when he's got the mask on and he's walking around killing people and it, like, feels like a Halloween movie, it's still Corey. Fucking Corey, dude. It's still Corey. It's not Michael. You know it's Corey, so it somehow makes it lamer. Me and my buddy were just like, bro. Like, I remember how hyped we were to watch that, dude. Like, the day it came out, we're like, yeah, buddy, Halloween's back. The finale's here. Go. And then we just opened our mouths and just the crap, just boom. It sucks, man. It had a good ending. It had a pretty definitive ending. I mean, you can't come back from that unless they somehow pull some crazy shit out of their ass like they did with, like, Halloween H2O, where, like, Jamie Lee Curtis cuts off Michael's head, and then in Resurrection they're like, oh, by the way, that was just some dude. It wasn't really Michael. I don't know how you'd do that with this one. I don't think you could. I never want to see it again. My canon is that the 2018 Halloween movie was Halloween Ends. That's it to me. There's the first Halloween, there's Halloween 2018. There's no Halloween Kills, there's no Halloween Ends. It's just Halloween 2018. That's my finale. Michael Myers actually did burn up in that house, and that's the way we're going to keep it. So there you have it. Those are the movies that I hated the most. Like I said, I didn't really see all that many movies this year last year that were terrible to me, because it was just like, why bother, man? Like, I need to keep some sanity for myself. So what were your least favorite movies of the year? I'm genuinely curious. Do they match mine? I doubt any of you guys saw Requin and Sharkbait. I did those just, for me. But I know that a shitload of you probably saw Jurassic World Dominion. And I'm sure that I'm sure a shitload of you probably liked it. I didn't. So there you have it. Those are my least favorite movies of the year. Yeah. Never watching any of them again.